and you create overtaking opportunities anyway. How they've got it now actually is not a bad compromise, because the DRS zones are a lot shorter than they used to be. With the long straights, the DRS used to be far too powerful, and we had a lot of sort of drive-by overtakes. But now, at least drivers having to work for it. But also, there's a big difference in straight line speed.
Oh,
That's
now
very
what's happened
smoky.
here?
Left rear.
Something's rubbing on that left rear, or something is just coming out of the tyre itself, or through the tyre. Oh, it's overheating brakes.
Yeah, brakes. He's just stopped for a front wing change, hasn't he?
Now, this morning, we had Red Bull in the garage, the mechanics with fans blowing for quite some time. I'll bring Ted Kvyat in if I can, if Ted's around on this. You remember this morning, Ted, with all those fans in the Red Bull garage?
Yes, it's very strange, because Kvyat, as you say, just pitted right in front of me. I didn't see any brake smoke coming out of those. Is it the front or the rears?
I have on smoke. I have a lot of smoke. Bring the car back slowly, please. Bring the car back very slowly, Danny.
And it was a front wing change, so it was a front wing adjust. It wasn't sat in the box while they took the nose cone off and put another one on. It was just a quick adjust onto the front wing flap angle. So he wasn't stationary for too long. And
this is a team, Ted, of course, that's changed the brake material and changed the brakes, haven't they? From Malaysia, where they were having all those problems with Hitco. And they've now gone to the Brembo brakes.
Indeed, so maybe it's a deeper issue, because Ricciardo was saying that they were going back to the brake material that they knew from 2014, and they did have a version, I think, of they have had a version of the blown front axle before. Obviously not the same as what they've got on for this year, but maybe it's a deeper systemic issue. Anyway, we are awaiting Kvyat's return to the Red Bull garage.
If you noticed as well, Jolien, one of the mechanics around the front there did spot something.
Straight round to it with the fan, wasn't he?
He was there with the fan, but then the car moved away.
Yeah, well, they'll know the brake temps for the data, and would have known that was quite a high one, so the mechanic was straight there and got a fan to it, but just stationary when you got the heat soak as well from being out on track, using the brakes, and if he was pushing on the way in as well,
I think the brakes gone completely. He's just pulled off and stopped.
And he hit the wall there.
Yeah, he did. That's why they asked him to go very slowly indeed. And there's the front wing lying on the floor as Danny Kvyat bounces into the tyre barrier and back out again.
Brakes failed, brakes failed, brakes failed.
Oh dear. More woes for Danny Kvyat and at Red Bull. I'm not a man fluent in engineer speak, Ted Kvyat, but maybe those brakes are a touch undercooled.
Yeah, good one. They were already. Mechanics were in the pit lane with the fans waiting, as I was, waiting for Kvyat to come back. So that's unfortunate for him. Unfortunate because I just wonder whether that incident will attract the eye of the stewards. Among them one Mark Blundell, Esquire, of this parish, or rather of Romford Parish.
What, in terms of...
In terms of the team telling Kvyat with a known brake problem to drive back to the pits, albeit they told him very carefully, didn't they? They said, drive back carefully, did he?
Well, did
he say that? No, with a known brake problem, and what do you know? He gets there, the brakes do fail. It's not particularly safe, is it? Telling a driver to come back, continue with a known brake failure. And what do you know? He's gone off.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. This is the bit, the moment where he did leave the track, turn 14, the heaviest braking zone on the circuit. Maybe he was just going that little bit too fast. The problem is that
straight's so long that if you have got no brakes, you're going to have to lift off so early, because the corner at the end of it's a tight hairpin as well, so you'll never get round it.
But why didn't he do that then? If he was just trying to make his way back to the pits.
Yeah, you'd have to be crawling pace. I think he would have just come around even come around turn 13, the right-hander at any speed. You've got traffic as well that you want to get out of the way of and stay in front of or drop in. Yeah, he should have lifted off earlier and done a massive coast down that straight and got in.
So Ted's question is, was that an unsafe release?